Hi, welcome back, or just welcome if you're new. It is Sunshine Lorena, and this is Vlogmas Bookmas day number 17, and I'm coming at you with the Christmas Carol book tag. So guys, yes, this is the Christmas Carol book tag, the original creator, I'll leave a link below to her account, and it's Lauren Wade. And this came out like a couple of years ago, this tag, and I've not seen that many people doing it, so I really wanted to do it, so let's just get into it. So, got my questions here, so I might book it down sometimes. So question one, The Ghost of Christmas Past, a book that was a childhood favourite. Oh, guys, let's childhood favourite book. I mean, there's the obvious ones, you know, Harry Potter, but we're not gonna speak about those. Let me think. So, I definitely enjoy the Jacqueline Wilson books, and actually in November I read a few for Believe-a-thon, The Story of Tracy Beaker and Double Act, which I enjoyed them when I was children. I definitely enjoyed The Story of Tracy Beaker, but I think it's one that I definitely link more to the TV series, but I enjoyed that when I was a kid. I enjoyed The Suitcase Kid by Jacqueline Wilson. I just feel like she wrote like a bunch of really great books for children. I think they're really enjoyable. Yes, I definitely say the Jacqueline Wilson ones in general. I think they're great series for kids, and they're still relevant. Those tackle tough topics for kids, and I think they're done in a great way. Yeah. Question number 2. The Ghost of Christmas Present, a recent book that you think will become one of your all-time favourites. 6 months is recent, right? Because, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. If you've been on my channel, you know, if you've been watching my videos, and also you've been watching my Vlogmas ones, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, but The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I read it in June, that's why I'm saying 6 months is recent enough, you know, I'd say, yeah. It is, yes, definitely an all-time favourite. It has become an all-time favourite, I think. I really want to reread it. That's the most recent one that I think that I'm like, I literally wanted to immediately reread it. I just enjoyed it. It got me out of my reading slump. I absolutely loved it. I loved the tension and the hate between our two main characters, Lucy and Josh. I really enjoyed it. I think that tension between them was written really well. There is the film, which I'm still trying to find out when it's going to be out in the UK. I know it's already out in America, and there's like people like putting videos up of like reacting to it and stuff. I really want to see it, but I've not seen that it's available in the UK yet, and I am gutted. But I really want to watch it. Yeah, recent favourite, and yeah, it's going to become an all-time favourite, definitely. Question number 3. The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, a book coming out next year that you're most excited about. Oh, so I don't keep up with all of the new releases. I've been really bad at keeping up with them, but in 2022, guys, spoiler alert, I want to be doing like anticipated releases each month, because I want to kind of read more new releases. But I'd say one that I'm very aware of coming out is the second book in the Dial A for Aunties series. I absolutely love Dial A for Aunties, and actually I probably could have used that one for an all-time favourite as well, Christmas present, because that I did it on audiobook, absolutely fantastic, which was basically, you know, our main character, she accidentally kills her date and she calls up her mum and her aunt, and it's this whole hilarious situation where they're trying to help her hide this body, but they have a family business, like wedding business, and they've got this wedding on, and it is so funny. I absolutely loved it. Listened to the audiobook, it was hilarious. But let me check, because next year the second one's coming out, so Dial A for Aunties. I want to say it's like springtime. So it's called 4 Aunties and a Wedding. It's going to be interesting, another wedding. And when is it coming out? Not that one. Clicking on all the wrong things, guys. So, according to Amazon, according to El Amazonian, when is it coming out? It will be released on the 29th of March 2022. So yes, 4 Aunties and a Wedding. I'm debating with myself, do I want to pre-order it and get a physical copy, because the first one listened to on audiobook and I thought it was fantastic. And so do I want to listen to this one again on the audiobook, or do I want to have a physical copy, and I'm debating with myself still. I mean, there's still plenty of time for me to decide, but that is like one of my most anticipated reads of next year, 100%. Question number 4, Bah Humbug, a book that everyone else loves that you just can't stand. Oh, I'm just trying to think. Is there any like super popular books that I've read that I don't like? Let me check. Got it, June by Frank Herbert, which I read back in October. I do still want to see the film. I didn't go to the cinema to see it. I do want to see it because I think as a film, I think we're really good. I did address this when I read it, that for some reason with science fiction books, I don't tend to like them that much. I mean, I enjoy them. I enjoy them to a certain level. Like, I think they're good, but I never think they're great or fantastic or amazing. But when it comes to actually seeing something like that on the screen, I do enjoy them. But yes, June, did not like it. I just felt like there was too much going on. It dragged out. It was too long. And then it did that thing at the end that I hate, where it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger to then pick up the next one. And actually, I say I don't like it. I didn't like that the book did that, but it's done it in other books and other series that I actually did enjoy. So that was my main issue with it. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it. I did not like it, guys. And I know people really love it and think it's fantastic, and I was just like, what? I don't see anything that fantastic about it. It just dragged on, and I'm so glad I had the audiobook, otherwise I would not have finished it. Swiftly moving on. Question number 5, Bob Cratchit, an old dependable that you always recommend. I feel like I've mentioned this in so many videos this month. So many videos, but The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's my all-time favourite. I always recommend it. I think it's a beautiful book. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but I absolutely adore it. It's such a simple story, but I absolutely enjoy it. It follows a shepherd boy from Andalusia in Spain. He goes on this journey. He travels to like North Africa, he ends up at the Egyptian pyramids, etc. He goes on this huge, massive journey, and he has an encounter with the alchemist. I can't say much more because I'll ruin it, but it's just a nice story, guys. I enjoy it, and there's so many great quotes from that book. So I actually have like a new copy of it that my friends bought for my birthday. So I think on my old copy, the next time I do a reread, I'm actually going to highlight, because I don't highlight, annotate books. It's just something I don't really do. But The Alchemist, I'll make exceptions since I have so many copies anyway, a whole collection of different languages. But yes, that's the one I recommend, guys. I'm going to stop talking about it now. I promise you I'll stop talking about it. Question number 6, Tiny Tim, an underhyped book that you think deserves a lot more love. Oh, there's so many though. Like, I feel like the thing with BookTube, BookTok, Bookstagram, the big books really get hyped, and sometimes they live up to hype, sometimes they don't. And there's so many other books out there that is just really great and fantastic that doesn't get recommended. I'm going to recommend one that I read back in September. On Goodreads, I remember when I looked it up, there was only like 11 reviews or something. It went under the radar so much. It came out back in like, I want to say like 2011 or something. So it's been out a while, and hardly anyone's read it. And I just thought it was a fantastic story. I gave it 4 stars. And that is The Songs of Manolo Escobar, and it's by Carlos Alba. So first of all, I mean, the title doesn't really, there is a reference to the title in the book, but I felt like it doesn't really give you what it's about. Also, the description of this, I don't feel like it covers enough. So it basically shows you there's this family. It's set around like the 70s or so, 70s, 80s. It's set mainly in the childhood of our main character Antonio. So his parents are Spanish, and there's him and his older brother. So they're living in Glasgow. So they are, seem to be very different, because obviously at the time, it wasn't, I don't think it was that much multicultural, at least, it wasn't that multicultural. And he was Spanish, and he was very embarrassed about being Spanish, because like he felt like the way his parents spoke English, the things they said, their traditions, like it wasn't compared to his classmates, it wasn't normal. So there's this struggle that you're seeing. It's told from two timelines. So this past timeline, there's another past timeline that comes into it as well. But there's this past childhood timeline, and it's him as an adult. And like you just go through this journey with him, seeing the struggle that he had with his identity, which is what it says on the description on the back of the book. But then there's this other timeline where there's also this timeline with his father, also about his father's past, so that's why there's just said there's another timeline. His father's past back in Spain, because his parents left in the 30s, 40s, but it's basically during the Franco regime, and it's just not mentioned in the description. And that story of when he was, because I think his father was like still very young, like early teens, maybe a little bit younger, and you know, he didn't go straight to the UK, he went elsewhere first of all, but it just doesn't say that on the back of it. So I feel like it went under the radar because people weren't really too sure. It is a historical romance, but it was so good, guys. And when I looked and I saw there was only like 11 reviews, I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I've never seen such an underhyped book. So recommend. I'm going to stop chatting on now because that's a really long recommendation for me, but definitely, if you can get a hold of it, I recommend it. So question number 7. Today, why? It's Christmas Day. What's a book that always gets you in the mood for Christmas, apart from A Christmas Carol? So I only read The Christmas Carol this month, so I wouldn't have said that anyway. I pick up different Christmas books. I don't really have an answer to this because I always pick up different books at Christmas. I've never reread a Christmas book, so I tend to find most of the time they're holiday romances, and I enjoy them. I think they're great, but I wouldn't reread them. Like, I think they're enjoyable, but I've never had one that's been like 5 stars. I'm like, oh, I have to reread it. I just think they're good, enjoyable, and they get me in the Christmas spirit. But yeah, I don't have one that I've ever reread, so I don't have an answer. If you do, let me know in the comments below, because maybe I'll read that one and that'll be the same and my voice is going, guys, hydrate, I need to hydrate. Okay, oh yes, I'm back, the voice is back-ish. Question 8, The Muppet Christmas. Yes, so I just had to enter my memory card. So yeah, question number 8, The Muppet Christmas Carol, which I absolutely love that film, guys, love it. Your favourite film adaptation of a book. So I'm assuming this is like all time, not just Christmas. My absolute favourite. I did this in another tag video, and The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I enjoy both the book and the film. I never read and then watch them at the same time, so there could be details missing, but I absolutely love that adaptation. And then again, like I said in that other video, the other tag video, that My Brilliant Friend TV series, which is adapted from the Neapolitan Quartet, the first one being My Brilliant Friend, and they've been doing like a series for each book, and it's such a great adaptation. They've stuck to it so well. The music they've added in, the actresses, it's so authentic to it, and yes, those will be the two for me. Question number 9, tag some people. I really should write down people I want to tag before I do it, but I am going to tag Hugo from A Scientist Reading World. He always does tag videos, I always enjoy them, and I don't think you've done this. I don't think you've done this one, but I could be completely wrong. But if you do it. If you haven't, why not do it? Who else? I'll tag Ashley from Ashley's Media Addiction as well. I always struggle with this. Yeah, those are the 2 people I'm tagging. I should look people up before I do these things. I'm tagging both of them. They have both great channels, so you should definitely go and check them out. I'll leave their links below. I feel kind of bad tagging people in this one because like we're halfway through December and this is the Christmas tag, so there's very limited time to film this, so don't worry if you don't actually do it, guys, because this is short notice. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Comment, let me know what you would have answered to some of these questions. And yes, I'll hopefully see you in the next one, which will be going up tomorrow. We're keeping going with the Christmas content, the Christmas Vlogmas, Bookmas content. We're going strong. I'm really surprised at myself. You probably are as well. I'm really surprised, but yes, we're going. But yes, thank you. yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye guys, bye.